From almost beating the world's fastest man,
That was a tie! I'm the fastest man alive!
to getting beaten twice by an Australian footballer. My name's Ryan, and here are the best versus worst IShowSpeed races, starting with the most recent race against influencer Daniel LaBelle, who is known for his insane running videos. He posted a clip openly challenging Speed to a race.
This video is my official invitation to race Speed. Speed, I think I can beat you.
But Speed wasn't concerned in the slightest.
See, look, this guy is so slow, bro.
In fact, he threatened to embarrass Daniel, so Daniel had to up the ante to make this race happen.
I don't get it.
But check, he's slow as. If anybody who calls me out and wants to race me, you would get embarrassed. You have to put something on the line.
Okay, Speed. I'll give you $10,000 if you win. If I win, you pay me nothing.
And with 10 grand on the line, Speed happily accepted Daniel's challenge, and the race was on.
Let's continue the DM, let's continue this conversation, and let's get this race in. $10,000, bro. I don't want to do no more talking. You come here, you come to me, and let's do this race.
When the day of the race finally arrived, both of them were super friendly.
We got my man, Daniel.
Let's do this, man.
Right here for the race, y'all.
And instead of trash talking, they were actually hyping each other up.
Chat,
You
Daniel.
too, though. You too. It's gonna be close. I feel like it's even.
Daniel
It's even.
might be pretty fast, chat.
I've seen polls. It's pretty even.
Daniel was super nice and supportive of Speed, even though they were set to race just a few moments later.
And we about to hit this 41 million, bro.
Congratulations.
And we about
Dude,
to hit
that's
this
huge.
41 million. So look, if you beat me on my 41 million, bro, you gonna be looking good.
They were vibing like they had been friends forever, and Daniel's wholesome demeanor won the audience's respect.
I'm gonna go all out, man. I just want to let you know, though, no matter what happens, I'm rooting for you in life. You're incredible at what you do. Your ability to entertain an audience for 4 hours is like nothing I've ever seen.
Thank you, man.
That being said, I'm not.
Hey, man,
I'm
W
going
race,
all
bro.
out for this.
I'm going out low too, bro. I love that, bro. Love, bro. Much love, bro. Thank you, bro. Much love for that.
And with that heartwarming message, they began the race.
Oh yeah, Speed.
Speed won by a large margin, and Daniel congratulated him.
I am fast.
You're fast.
Good race, bro.
You're fast.
GG's. Hey, chat, that's the race right there. Let me see my phone.
But although Speed won, something in the footage of the race caught his eye.
You slipped?
Fast. I think I did a little, but I don't wanna.
You want? Hey, we can do it again if you slip.
We'll try.
You want to race again?
One more time. I don't want to make any excuses.
He
but I
slipped?
feel like-
Okay, all right, bet. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more. Say less.
Despite slipping during the race and not being able to give his best, Daniel stayed silent and let Speed take the victory. But luckily for him, Speed gave him a second chance. Daniel immediately accepted his defeat and acknowledged that Speed's faster.
GG's, bro.
Congratulations.
GG's.
And there were no hard feelings or drama, just pure respect and sportsmanship between the two. Daniel even made a video on the next day, revealing his thoughts on the race.
Very happy for Speed. He's fast. He is faster than I thought. I gave it my all. He beat me fair and square. Back to the track to improve, and maybe in a year or two, I'll challenge him again.
And his humble, positive attitude immediately turned him into a fan favorite, with people saying he lost the race but won hearts, while another said it was not just Speed who won that race, sportsmanship did too. Respect for the both of you. But while Daniel took the loss like an absolute champ, the same can't be said about Speed's next victim, Ashton Hall. Mr. Morning Routine is a fitness creator known for his insane build and speed, as well as his weird daily routines, who decided to challenge Speed to a race on June 2nd, 2025 by posting a clip of him outrunning a car with the caption, "I show speed." This got Speed all riled up.
I got, chat, when I get called out for a race, bro, that's like somebody's telling me, like, you not fast. Your name ain't Speed.
And Ashton tried to get under his nerves further and tried to scare him off.
Brother, listen, you need to abort this mission, bro. Like, you need to just, like, say, like, you know what, Ash, bro, like, I come in peace. You good, you fast, I don't want to race. This is going to be the best thing for you. I'm telling you that.
Do y'all hear this big lopsided ass nigga? Chat, do y'all hear him?
But not only did Speed not back off even a little bit, he instead saw through Ashton's cheap tricks.
He's scared. there. See, look. Listen, hear me out. I know this tactic. He's scared to race me, so he's using a tactic to get me out of the race. He's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm gonna beat you in the race. Come on, bro. Ashton Hall, bro, I am not backing out this race, bro. You gotta know better than this.
However, Ashton really didn't know any better than to try to intimidate his opponent with big words, so he tried to trash talk him on his stream.
Come in, I'm doing this only for y'all. Because in real life, I know I'm smoking him, right? There's no need for me to race. W, Ashton will destroy Speed. At least you know, bro. Some of y'all got some sense.
He about to get his shit. Oh my God.
And when that had no effect on Speed, he called him and tried to use the same trick once again.
Listen, tell him that you changed your mind.
Ain't, bro, nobody changed my mind. Bro, I'm ready. Come on, bro. You ducking. Like, bro, you ducking, like, you really ducking.
Listen, this is not going to be a good look for you, brother.
No, it's not.
Put you on game.
On God. Okay, watch
You know,
this.
you little bro, I'm trying to look out for you.
Throughout his 45-minute car ride, Ashton kept continuously trash-talking Speed, and when they met face-to-face, it kept going with Ashton trying to imply that Speed isn't as muscular as him.
Bro, you don't weigh enough, bro.
Let's get it popping, bro. Just for show, bro.
You don't weigh enough.
No muscles, just for show, bro.
Speed tried to warn Ashton, but he was feeling way too overconfident.
It's cute.
You about to lose, God.
It's cute.
Hey, this is it for you, bro.
Bro, this is it for you.
This is it
I
for you.
told you to back out.
This is it for you.
Which is something he would regret for the rest of his life, because when the actual race began, he turned out to be all bark and no bite.
Set, go!
This nigga, I'm out, boy.
Speed kept calling him out for his big mouth.
You slow. You a fraud. He a fraud. You are a fraud. He's slow. I ain't even go full speed on him.
But despite the clear victory, Ashton refused to accept it, instead claiming that he slipped and it wasn't a fair race, asking for a rerun.
We need no rest. Come on.
He too slow.
Run it back.
He a fraud.
I hit a pothole, man. Let's get it.
You a fraud, bro.
Speed gave in to his pleas and decided to race a second time,
I'm going to expose him again, chat. I didn't even run full speed. He's getting exposed again.
but as the second match was about to start, Ashton started playing a very weird mind game.
Ready, set, go!
He nervous. You see how he going early? He nervous.
He was taking off way too early, and when they tried starting over, the same thing happened again.
Ready, set, go!
Ashton's confident facade was starting to show cracks as he was having to resort to cheap tricks to frustrate Speed and get into his mind. They finally managed to race, and it was a clear victory for Speed. But as Speed was walking away with the victory, Ashton and his team kept following him and asking him to race once again.
He's done. You're done, bro. You're done.
They want to see one more.
You're done. Get him out of here.
First one I slipped.
Bro.
Second one you barely beat me. So run it again.
This would obviously get anyone frustrated as Ashton kept being a jerk,
I just beat you twice.
I slipped.
Why can't you just take your L? Burnt the first one. It don't matter if you slipped or not.
I slipped.
You was burnt. You low. You not faster than me, bro.
and he kept trying to play more tricks to convince Speed to race again.
Why can't you take your L?
If I knew you wasn't faster than me, I wouldn't race again. Come on. Chat want to see one more.
Chad,
If you can burn me three, you can burn me twice, you can burn me 3 times.
if I burn you 3 times.
When he finally agreed, Ashton switched up the location to the road instead, but even after all that, he couldn't change his fate.
Ready, set, go!
He lost once again despite starting before Speed. However, Ashton and his team refused to accept reality once again and kept ganging up on Speed.
Hey, on his dick. He went before me and still lost. Get off his dick. I know y'all on this team. Get off his dick.
Their level of denial was so out of this world that they even refused to accept video footage.
I'm like, I'm ahead of you.
No, you didn't.
I'm ahead of you. What the fuck is he talking about? I'm about to post this on YouTube.
Ashton's next tactic was to try and gaslight Speed using his group of yes men.
Why would you leave when everybody's saying it's a tie?
Ain't nobody saying it's a tie, bro.
Listen. The first one I fell, so you won.
Chat, he trying to manipulate y'all.
Listen.
I have the video footage. The video footage will come out. So do you not see my body language?
You
Shut
were
your
on
dumb
the left
mouth.
side.
I'm
I'm leaving y'all. I'm leaving y'all. He got his whole team. Where by?
And when Speed tried to leave, they suddenly started getting aggressive.
Why would you walk away from him? Run it back.
Right chat. Yo,
Run it back.
you got
I'm
your
not
whole.
tired.
You lost, bro.
Run it back.
You
I'm not
lost,
tired.
bro. You lost.
It got to the point where Ashton was calling Speed's entire chat liars just to try and brainwash him.
My whole chat saying 3-0. You lost,
Of
man.
course, if you're
You lost.
Of course.
Nigga, it does, no, they're not. They're being honest. My chat is always honest. You lost 3 times.
Man's right here said that
Fuck
I won.
him. I don't even know him.
Of course you mad at him.
I'm not mad at him because he's meat riding.
And Speed had been trying very hard to maintain his calm the whole time, but the moment Ashton started attacking Speed's chat, he snapped, threw his phone on the ground, and agreed to race again. Except Ashton kept bringing up more lame excuses and tried to race with shoes on to increase his chances of winning.
My foot's bleeding.
I don't care.
Shoes on. Let's run it.
Okay, my feet bleeding too. My shit hot.
Your feet ain't
I don't
bleeding.
give a, it don't matter.
My feet open right now.
Speed was understandably outraged at this point, and as all the arguing kept going nowhere, he got in his car to leave when Ashton entered his car unannounced while his men blocked the way.
I'm not even trying to play you. Look,
That's why
it's
you're trying to
angles. It's angles. What did I edit that? It's angles. Oh, look at his face. Come on,
That's the
bro.
end.
Look at the angle.
But even after getting 4 chances, Ashton still could not prove his words.
Set, go.
Clear.
With a 4-0 win, Speed had nothing more to prove to Ashton or his men.
Bye. Link your Instagram. Bye. Link your Instagram. Bye, dude.
I got it, no doubt.
Bye. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Embarrassing, bro. I'm not even gonna say nothing to you, bro. Take your will. Go home, bro. Ashton, go home. Go home, gang. Go home, my boy.
And the hate that followed was overwhelming, forcing Ashton to admit his defeat publicly and post an Instagram about it. But while Ashton kept looking down upon Speed and tried to manipulate him, KSI on the other hand showed how real friends behave in a race. KSI and Speed had been friends for ages, and on September 7, 2023, they did a stream together where they were training at a park. And as they were running laps, Speed was seen constantly struggling to keep up due to his low endurance. At one point, he even had to stop mid-race because of how out of breath he was.
6 of the 400s? Bro, this is death.
And then, no, again.
But despite the heat and fatigue, Speed was ready to challenge KSI to a race to finally determine who's faster once and for all.
So 100-meter race, you two.
100-meter race. You ready, KSI?
Medium?
100-meter.
Yeah, 100.
He's scared. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
They started with some friendly banter before the match, with Speed mocking KSI,
All right, chat. He always called me I show slow. I show slow.
before KSI started firing back.
I show slow, I show meat. What else you showing?
What'd you just call me, bro?
I show slow.
No, the
I
second
show
one.
meat. I show dick. I show donkey dick. Damn.
Even though Speed was beyond exhausted after an intense workout outdoors, his confidence didn't fade one bit.
You know I'm gonna win, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
I promise you I'm gonna win. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, I'm not even trolling. I'm gonna win.
He was so sure he'd win that he was willing to bet everything on the line.
If I lose this, bro, I'd do anything if I lose. Like, anything you say, I'd do.
At the starting line, Speed was already tired and wanted to rest first.
Wait, give me about 3 more minutes, though. Wow, I'm tired as fuck. Wait.
I'm tired.
Oh, shit. I can't lose this. Wait, bro. Wait.
But no one listened to his pleas, and they started the race immediately with Speed completely unprepared.
Fuck, I'm tired. Yo, can y'all? Fucking hell.
They seemed to be even at the start,
Stop playing on me. I'm Speed on my mama. I'm Speed. I'm Speed. I'm Speed. I'm Speed. Sir.
but it ended up being an easy win for Speed, completely dusting KSI with his breathing technique, and viewers saying Speed looks like he wasn't even using 50% of his speed. They were both good sports with the result, and Speed couldn't even stand anymore given how drained he was, but his confidence remained at an all-time high.
Every 100 meter, I'm beating him. We can do 10 100 meters, I'm beating him. I promise you.
Speed and KSI kept the friendly banter going, ending the stream by doing an ab comparison, reminding everyone that racing each other only tightens their bond. Although KSI and Speed had been good friends for a long time, the next racer on the list was someone Speed had never met before, and yet they quickly turned into friends through a race. In November of 2024, Speed visited the Australian Football League, but little did he know that there was a player there waiting to meet him.
Yeah.
This guy's fast.
He's not faster than me. He wouldn't race for money.
His name was Callum Brown, a professional footballer playing for the Greater Western Sydney Giants. And although Speed didn't go there with the intention to race, he has never been one to back out from a challenge, especially when there was money on the line.
So how much money you want to race for? 10,000 USD.
But instead of acting like enemies, they were laughing around and cheering, keeping a very friendly environment, while Speed was being cocky as usual.
How am I going to get my money? Because I'm going to win. That's the thing.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%. I'm 100% going to win.
But despite the competitive attitude, they kept it chill and wholesome as they discussed the length of the race.
Come on, 50 meters. Come on.
All right, 50 meters.
50 meters.
50 meters.
10,000? 10,000?
Yep.
How you going to give me my money?
Oh, don't worry about that. You'll get your money.
Okay.
With everyone's support and cheers, they finally started. And even though Speed beat him easily, there were no hard feelings and everyone celebrated Speed's win, even Callum. Speed ended up getting confused about whether the money was in US dollars or Australian, but despite the disagreement, they were all laughing around and having a blast together.
You was talking all that!
I didn't expect you to be that quick.
You was talking all of that! I need my 10 bands.
And Speed kept playfully teasing him for losing to him.
I said 10,000 USD.
And I said on the screen as well, Aussie.
You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Aussie. You didn't say that.
But instead of being salty, he just laughed and even helped Speed learn to play Australian football.
I'm a natural. I'm a natural. I'm a natural. Look, he's still pissed because he lost 10,000. He's still pissed because he lost 10,000.
He also did a 1v1 versus Speed 2, where he finally redeemed himself. However, Speed decided to spice it up by giving him a chance to win his money back if he beat a friend of Speed's.
We can double, you race him. So you got a chance for you to get your money back, right? If you beat him, you don't gotta send me nothing. But if he beat you, that's 20.
Wait, US or Aussie?
Callum gave it his all and tried to get his money back.
Go! Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. Damn it!
And he managed to pull it off, winning Speed's respect and friendship, even though Speed couldn't get the money.
It's all good. I gave you a chance to save you know, to get your money back, because I kind of felt bad.
But while Speed was feeling unbeatable after dusting Callum, there was a big surprise in store for him. Callum was not actually the fastest player on the team. During his talk with Callum, another player by the name of Darcy Jones challenged Speed to a race out of nowhere.
Oh, you want to race?
Nah, no. That's not fair. That's not fair. You're going to have to race me, because I don't even know how fast you are. That's the thing.
All right, cool.
I don't know how fast you are.
Do you want to race him as well? Because he's pretty quick.
For money?
I don't know as much as this guy.
But since Darcy was reluctant to bet money on the line, their talks fizzled out quickly. However, near the very end of the stream, Speed opened the door to a potential race once again.
If anybody want to race, let me know, okay?
This guy wants to race.
He ain't trying to wager though.
And this time, with all his peers supporting him, Darcy decided to go all in and bet his money on the race.
5K? I can do 5K.
I'll do that. Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah. Get some boots. Oh, you want the boots?
Then they finally started the race, with Speed thinking this was going to be easy money for him. But he got absolutely demolished. Instead of accepting defeat, however, Speed started invalidating the race, saying that it was a false start and that they should have a rematch, which Darcy agreed to. And in a massive upset, Speed lost a second time, and Darcy's friends were going crazy with their cheers. But then something happened that nobody was prepared for, not even Darcy.
You lost, bro. You lost.
I think that's a draw.
Speed one.
I won it.
Look. It's in slow-mo.
I won it.
And although it looked like Speed had his foot reach the line first, it was clear that Darcy's head and chest were ahead of Speed. This led to a lot of confusion, and Speed even looked up the rules just to be sure.
The winner of the race is the first athlete to finish line with their torso.
And anatomically speaking, the torso includes the chest, abdomen, and back. But Speed had a completely different definition of torso, which he used to his advantage.
So right here. So it's abs. So it's waist. It's not head, it's waist.
But at the end of the day, they couldn't reach a clear conclusion on who won, so Speed tried to find someone to check the footage more clearly.
Don't worry, I'm just sending it to my editor, y'all. He gonna check. He gonna really do it frame for frame so we can really see. But GG's though. GG's though. GG's.
And his editor got back with exactly what Speed wanted to hear.
He said, you won. You have 4 frames ahead of him. And he sent the frames. These are the 4 frames he sent.
Although it sounded like Speed was in the clear, there was a huge problem with his editor's analysis, something Darcy pointed out immediately.
2.
That's over the line.
3.
Like at the line.
That's over the line, right?
Yeah, it needs to be at the line.
This is at the line. This is over the line.
But if you look at the footage closely, Darcy's torso clearly crosses the line first, and Speed never ended up acknowledging this defeat. In fact, the video on his channel has been altered, with the footage of the first race completely removed, the one which Darcy won. This made Speed look like a hypocrite to all of his fans, making him seem comparable to Ashton's behavior, with one fan saying, "Bro doesn't know how to take an L, then gets mad when Ashton doesn't," while another said, "Give that man his 5K. But while Speed was getting used to racing for money, the next person on the list was so confident that they bet a football club contract on the line if Speed won. When Speed went to Norway, he spent a while at Viking Stadion, home to the Norwegian football club Viking FK. As he was having fun on the field, the coach came up with a very tempting offer for Speed.
This is my fastest player. We got to beat him to get a contract.
Yo, fastest player? Yeah. So if I beat him in a race, I get a contract?
Yeah.
Which shocked Speed so much that he had to double check if he heard right before accepting the challenge.
He the fastest player, so if I win against him in a race, I get a contract. Bet. Easy. Chat, this is gonna be the easiest Norwegian contract in history.
However, it wasn't going to be as easy as Speed made it sound, especially since Speed's ankle was already injured, but he was feeling confident nevertheless.
If he loses and my ankle is messed up too, it's gonna look bad for him, chat.
And the race began. With Speed easily beating the football player despite being injured and then demanding his contract.
Give me my contract! Give me my contract! I won't even go full speed.
Although Speed may not have signed up for a football club, the positive attitude of the coach and the players was enough to make Speed and the viewers happy. While Speed had built a reputation of beating footballers from different countries, the next victim on this list is a UFC fighter known for his speed. On August 16, 2024, Speed went to stream at the Fanatics Fest in New York, and he wanted to start the stream with a good race.
I want to race somebody!
And UFC fighter Randy Brown just happened to be there.
UFC fighter?
Randy.
Yo, hey, what's good?
What up, dog?
They said you're a UFC fighter.
Yes, sir.
You want to race me?
I see you online. You're pretty fast, bro. Let's do it.
He was friendly and more than happy to race Speed despite knowing how fast he is, and then the race began. Speed absolutely destroyed Randy, waving goodbye at him mid-race to add salt to the wound, and then flexing more after the race.
I didn't even go full speed on you, and you had a head start.
Despite all that, Randy took the L like a champ and was smiling throughout the time.
GG, what I call you? GG, bro. GG.
But while Speed had a wholesome race with Randy, he would soon stumble into a much more heated race purely by chance when he headed to the back and found Travis Scott and Quavo just chilling there. And Speed tried his best to convince Quavo to race him.
Hey, it says me and you racing. Huh? Alright, and you gonna race me?
That's a race. He done jumped over that car. He crazy, man.
Bro, come on, bro. Let's race. Come on, it's now or never.
But as Quavo kept backing out and making excuses to not race, Travis stepped up instead.
Travis, you race me. Come on then. Let's race. It's now or never. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Hell yeah!
They decided to do it just for fun without any money on the line, and Speed tried to intimidate Travis.
Travis, you really not ready, bro. I promise you, bro, you don't want to do this.
Man, let's do this shit! Let's do this shit!
And thus began their friendly race.
Come on, Travis! Come on, Travis! Get out of here, bro! Get out of here, bro! Get out of here, bro!
Although the winner seemed obvious, people started complaining, saying that Speed had blocked Travis and that's why he won.
I blocked him!
And they started arguing about who actually won the race.
You did not smoke me! You did not smoke me, you lost!
Changing my name to Trav Show.
You lost! You lost!
Travis never really acknowledged Speed's victory.
I'm cramping. You lost! I beat you! Travis, I beat you! You lost! You is slow! Travis, you slow as shit, bro. I don't even go full speed on him, bro.
And he instead started mocking Speed for allegedly losing to him and getting cramps.
Yeah, man, you gotta put a little some of that on there. Yeah, man, that's it.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, man.
He just put some...
Yeah, man, IShowSpeed.
It's cramping.
He's smoking. Smoke blowing. Hey, Bob. Smoke.
People were not too happy about the way Travis acted, saying the audacity of Travis telling people he won. Bruh. Unlike Travis, who triggered everyone with his mocking attitude, the next racer won everyone's hearts by being kind and humble. On September 24 of 2024, Speed traveled to Singapore to do an IRL stream, where as soon as he got out of his car, he was surprised by a fan running towards him and screaming his name.
We're gonna race you for $10,000. That's okay?
Bro, what? Yo.
But unlike all the others Speed had raised for money so far, this fan didn't want any money for himself.
If I lose, I'll give $10,000 to a charity of your choice. Then if you win, I'll give $1,000 to a charity of your choice.
All he wanted was to ask Speed some questions.
If I win, can I get a 10-minute interview with you? Is that okay?
What?
At a separate time in the stream. At a separate time in the stream.
A 10-minute interview live on stream?
Yeah. You can run the questions through your team and decide later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
This wasn't a spur of the moment thing. This fan came fully prepared to race.
So I have $10,000 here.
Whoa, hold on.
This is Singapore.
Whoa, hold on!
But that wasn't all. The fan also brought other gifts with him to make him feel welcome in Singapore.
No. We're gonna do something for the team first. This is very few people give you flowers. So this is,
But while everyone usually only brings gifts for Speed, this guy even thought about Speed's crew. Speed was loving the energy, feeling confident as always.
Chat, y'all know he's about to lose, right? Come on, chat, $10,000!
Even though he wasn't in his best shape.
Chat, I did hurt my foot yesterday.
But Speed was so confident for a reason, and he showed the fan and everyone else in Singapore why he's called Speed. Speed absolutely destroyed him, with fans saying looking back at your opponent after passing him is diabolical. Speed was happy to win the $10,000.
Come on, man!
And although the fan had lost the race and $10,000, he instead gained the love and respect of millions for his kindness despite losing.
we hope Singapore treats you well. You can just donate it to a charity.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it away though, but chat, GG's, man, chat.
While the random fan had the courage to go up against Speed and bet money on the line, despite knowing he's probably going to lose, the next person on the list chickened out of a race even though he was the clear crowd favorite. Tyreek Hill is an American professional football wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins of the NFL, known for his insane speeds, often regarded as the fastest football player and one of the fastest athletes in the world. But after seeing Speed destroying people on the internet, Tyreek decided to challenge him to a race.
Tyreek challenged me first, and I challenged him back.
Okay.
I think Tyreek was joking at first, but blah, blah, then it became serious, so then it became like a serious Speed.
They talked among each other and set a time and place for the race, but when Speed flew 15 hours and showed up at the Miami Dolphins training facility to race him, Tyreek started getting cold feet.
It's a field right here. You can't do 20, 30 yards, bro?
We gotta pay it forward to charity or something, bro.
Okay, let's go.
He also wanted to up the ante by putting their money on the line.
Ah, come on.
We're racing for the cars, though. We're not racing in the car. You put your car up, I put my car up.
Okay, for the Lambo.
Although Speed was confident and even bet his Lambo on the race, Tyreek kept hesitating, which Speed called him out for.
He's the fastest man in the world, but he's scared to race me for like 20, 30, 40 yards.
Speed kept trying to bait him into accepting the race.
Come on, bro. We can put money on it.
You know it.
Come on. We can put money on it.
But Tyreek just started eating instead.
You ducking, man.
Bro, what you think?
Bro, you eating a nutty bar, bro. You really not trying to race, bro. Come on, bro.
And making excuses.
I gotta warm up, but I'm 30, bro. That take me a long time.
All right, man, bro. We can warm up. You can go ahead and warm up.
It take me about an hour to warm up.
An hour to warm up.
Yeah.
Despite all of Speed's pleas, Tyreek started chickening out of the race.
Really? Is that in his contract, coach?
Rules, bro.
Come on, you gonna really...
That's OG right there.
You really gonna duck.
And Speed tried to give him an advantage, hoping it would change his mind.
I even give you a head start just because you ain't practiced, bro. I even give you a little head start.
But Tyreek didn't budge at all.
How about this? Wherever you at in the near future, I'm gonna pull up on you, bro. I'm gonna take a private jet out.
Oh my God, bro. You really ducking, man.
Even though Tyreek was the one scared to race, that didn't stop him from trash talking.
That's automatic. You going to the store and getting it, baby. So I'm gonna beat you all day. If we race 40, I'm gonna beat you by 15.
He even asked for proof to see Speed's 40-yard sprint time and then ignored it completely.
Come on.
No, you not beating me, bro.
What?
Right now, like you run, hey.
I wasn't even running full, bro.
And he kept trying to explain his reasoning behind not racing, but it was all nonsense.
So you're not gonna race?
Bro, you gotta race different people to get to the top. You already quoted me as the fastest, right?
No, you're not I'm the fastest.
So until you prove to me that you have race quality opponents.
Ducking.
In the end, Tyreek ended up completely canceling the race, ignoring everything Speed was saying.
You feel me, chat? I even pulled up, popped on. He just gonna keep ducking, chat. Tyreek Hill, y'all see it right here. Live right now, he's ducking.
But ended their meetup by promising to race in the future.
Hey, look, check this out. Whenever I pull up on you in a full suit, in a briefcase, you know what's in the briefcase. With my shoes on, ready to run, you know what time it is, bro.
Not only did it shock Speed, but also everyone watching online, with one viewer commenting, "Professional athlete running away from Speed like a little girl, now I've seen it all." Tyreek finally challenged Speed once again after his race with Daniel LaBelle.
Let's get this race in. I'm your next opponent, bro. I'm your next opponent. Let's get it, bro.
But Speed has been ready and waiting.
And he didn't want to take that risk of racing me because he knew that it would have been bad for him.
You think you can beat Tyreek?
I 100% can.
Oh,
100%.
Hold on, I want to know. You going to race him on a 40, a 50? 40 meters.
Still, it's all empty talk unless Tyreek actually makes it happen this time. But while Tyreek chickened out of the race, the world's official fastest man alive, Noah Lyles, instead took on Speed's challenge with confidence right when Mr. Beast called Speed while he was midstream.
Look what I got right here.
Oh, Noah, hey, race me.
When you want to lose, man.
Hey, I need to prove the world I'm the fastest man alive, bro, and I need to race you.
As soon as they met on the field, the trash talk started, with Noah showing Speed who's the boss.
Whew, are you ready, man?
Every moment was made for me, buddy. The question is, are you ready?
Hey, you know my name's Speed, right?
But this was different from Ashton or Tyreek. Noah was bantering with Speed the way good friends do, even though they just met for the first time.
I had these.
Chat, should I wear spikes for my foam runners? I think I should wear my foam runners, I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, however you want to lose, bro. It's up to you.
Despite his words, Noah was being a big bro to Speed, explaining to him how spiked shoes are better for racing, and even gave Speed his own pair of shoes.
Oh no, like they just spikes with shoes on them.
Hey, they way lighter.
Oh.
Way lighter and they grip the ground.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, ooh, so these are spikes.
Yeah, you like that.
Okay. All right.
Noah's personality was funny and likable the whole time, cracking jokes and teasing Speed.
Like, yo, like, look, you see this?
I thought you were the fastest human.
No, I am, but...
Okay, then there's no advantage. You're the fastest human. So you ain't got no problem. You gonna be me.
And even sarcastically encouraging Speed and motivating him.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I just did 600 backflips. My legs are not even healed yet.
No, you're such a great athlete. That's why you can make it the whole 100. You got the Guinness World Record, right?
Nah, I didn't.
Speed had been pleading to change the race distance from 100 meters down to 50 meters.
I have a better chance with 50 meters.
Why is that?
Because his legs are longer. Like when you, like that, like, you know, distance runners have long legs.
And although it would absolutely ruin Noah's reputation if he lost to Speed in a race, and he should keep it at 100 meters for his own good, he decided to be nice and give Speed a chance instead.
I'll be nice. I told my coach I wasn't gonna do this. We can run the 50 meters.
Yes!
With that 50-meter advantage, they both started the race.
Oh, they're going. Oh, Speed's ahead. Speed's actually ahead. Oh, he's got a chance. He might beat him. Oh my God, Speed, it's gonna be close.
And the final result looked very close, with Speed even thinking it was a tie.
That was a tie. That was a tie.
Let's watch the video.
That was a tie.
But Noah destroyed his delusions with some footage, even implying that he went easy on Speed.
Ooh, there I am.
Whoa.
There you are back there.
He did turn around and look at you as he passed.
I looked at him and then started jumping. Just for fun.
No, you did not, dude.
Oh, I sure did. Look. Play the video.
But Speed kept trying to make himself believe he won, which only got him roasted by Noah.
I won that, bro.
I can pay for your doctor's appointment with your eye doctor.
Bro, First of all, buddy.
Speed still kept persisting and acting like Ashton, and then Noah had to shut him down.
No doubt. If it was 40 meters, I would have won. And you know that. You know that. Be honest.
Losers make excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
This was easily Speed's best race ever because of how close Speed was to beating the fastest man alive, and it gave him a massive boost in confidence.
He had 30 minutes to exercise and warm up, you know, and he had his own spikes. And I drove 3 hours, tight legs. I had tight cramps all around me. I drove 3 hours, and as soon as I got out, we raced. So I had no stretch, no warm up, no nothing.
But the internet remains divided, with some people actually believing that he could beat Noah if he trained, while others think that Noah was just playing around to farm content. If you like this video, you'll probably enjoy these ones as well, and don't forget to subscribe.